Spring is here, and with it comes the transformation of Federal Colonial gardens into vibrant showcases of color and life. This period marks the rejuvenation of nature, as blossoms begin to bloom and the air becomes filled with fresh fragrances. The meticulous planning and design that go into these gardens make them a testament to the blend of history and natural beauty. It's the perfect time to explore how these gardens become a lively celebration of spring's arrival. As we delve into the enchanting world of Federal Colonial gardens, you'll see how these historical spaces incorporate classic charm with the flourishing energy of spring. From the vibrant colors of tulips to the delicate fragrance of lilacs, each element is carefully curated to complement the grandeur of the architectural style. We'll discover how these gardens tell stories of their own through their design. Before we jump into the design aspects of these spectacular gardens, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and leave a comment below sharing your thoughts or experiences with spring gardening. Let's transform your garden into a beautiful symphony of colors. The charm of Federal Colonial gardens lies not just in their beauty but in the deep-rooted history that they embody. These gardens reflect the elegance and discipline of the Federal style, which emerged in America during the late 18th century. Their design emphasizes symmetry, geometric patterns, and the seamless integration of the surrounding landscape with the home. The careful arrangement of plants, trees, and pathways brings to life the historical significance of these gardens while celebrating their timeless appeal. A key feature of Federal Colonial gardens is their layout, often characterized by formal gardens with balanced symmetry. Wide lawns, neatly pruned hedges, and well-organized flower beds create a sense of order and grace. The gardens act as a backdrop to the stately architecture, enhancing the regal aesthetic while offering a peaceful space for reflection and connection with nature. This combination of natural beauty and structured design is a hallmark of the Federal Colonial style. As we explore these gardens in the heart of spring, it becomes evident how the blooming colors of the season are beautifully framed by the historical elements. The elegance of their design not only pays homage to history but also invites us to experience the calming influence of nature. Spring brings a spectacular burst of color to Federal Colonial gardens, where the floral display transforms the landscape into a vibrant tapestry of life. Tulips, daffodils, and irises create vivid patches of color that complement the garden's classical architecture. These flowers are chosen not just for their beauty, but for their ability to thrive in the changing temperatures of early spring. Their bright hues contrast beautifully against the soft greens of fresh foliage, creating a dynamic visual experience. In addition to the flowers, springtime in these gardens is marked by the arrival of new foliage. Young leaves on trees and shrubs unfurl, adding rich layers of texture and depth to the garden's design. The combination of blossoming flowers and the freshness of newly sprouted greenery creates a harmonious environment that invites one to slow down and enjoy the beauty of the season. The gardens come alive in every corner, with each plant playing its part in the symphony of color. The beauty of a Federal Colonial garden in spring is not just seen, it is experienced through the scent of fresh blooms and the rustling of new leaves. The air is filled with life, and the garden becomes a sensory delight where every element contributes to the overall experience. It's a celebration of nature's ability to rejuvenate and refresh, transforming the garden into a peaceful retreat. In Federal Colonial gardens, the pathways are as much a part of the design as the plants themselves. These carefully planned walkways guide visitors through the garden, offering views of blooms and greenery from different perspectives. The use of natural materials like stone, gravel, and brick for the paths adds a timeless quality to the garden, blending seamlessly with both the landscape and the surrounding architecture. These paths are more than functional, they create a journey through the garden, leading the eye to hidden corners and scenic vistas. The design of these walkways often mirrors the symmetry of the garden, providing balance and continuity. Straight lines or gently curving paths allow visitors to experience the garden at a leisurely pace, drawing attention to key features like fountains, statues, or groupings of flowers. The walkways also enhance the sense of order and refinement that is characteristic of the Federal Colonial style, making every step through the garden feel like a step into history. As spring breathes new life into the garden, the pathways become even more enchanting, framed by the lush greenery and colorful blooms that line their edges. The soft rustling of leaves and the scent of flowers make these walkways an immersive experience, inviting people to not only see the beauty but to engage with it on a deeper level. Walking through these gardens, one is transported to a place where nature, history, and design coexist in perfect harmony. One of the most striking features of Federal Colonial gardens is the emphasis on symmetry and balance. This design philosophy, rooted in the classical principles of order and proportion, creates a sense of harmony that is both aesthetically pleasing and calming. The symmetrical arrangement of garden elements, from flower beds to trees, mirrors the architecture of the home and the garden's layout. Each element plays a role in contributing to the overall sense of tranquility and refinement that defines these gardens. The symmetry in these gardens is not just about mirroring shapes or structures but about creating a visual flow that guides the viewer's eye. By using principles of formal design, such as axial alignment, gardens are laid out to direct attention to focal points, like a central fountain or statue. These design elements are placed with deliberate intention, drawing people deeper into the garden to explore every corner. This attention to detail ensures that every part of the garden complements and enhances the rest. As we move through spring, the symmetry in the garden becomes even more apparent. The growth of plants in perfect alignment, the careful pruning of hedges, and the way flowers bloom in complementary colors all come together to create a picture-perfect scene. The beauty of symmetry is that it allows the natural world to shine while maintaining a sense of control and structure, creating a space that is both grounded and ethereal. In a Federal Colonial garden, the focal point is often the heart of the design, guiding the flow of the entire landscape. These key features, such as a central fountain, sculpture, or meticulously pruned tree, serve as visual anchors that draw attention and create a sense of order. Placed thoughtfully within the symmetrical layout, these elements become the heart of the garden's beauty, offering a space for contemplation and admiration. The focal points not only enhance the garden's aesthetic but also establish a deeper connection between nature and design. The beauty of a well-placed focal point lies in its ability to capture the viewer's attention and provide a sense of perspective. Whether it's a statue framed by blooming flowers or a water feature surrounded by lush greenery, these elements act as a visual invitation to explore. Their strategic placement within the design ensures that they are visible from multiple angles, encouraging visitors to move through the garden and experience its layers of beauty. As the season progresses, the focal points of a Federal Colonial garden become even more dynamic. The blooming flowers surrounding a statue or the cascading water of a fountain create a living, breathing centerpiece that evolves with the passing days. These elements take on new significance as the garden transitions through spring, offering ever-changing vistas of beauty and tranquility. One of the defining features of Federal Colonial gardens is the use of natural materials that enhance the beauty and function of the space. Stone, brick, and wood are commonly used in pathways, garden walls, and structures like pergolas or trellises. These materials not only provide a timeless, rustic elegance but also connect the garden to the natural world, offering a harmonious blend of organic and built elements. The raw beauty of these materials, weathered by time, adds character and depth to the garden's design. Natural materials also contribute to the sustainability and functionality of the garden. Stone paths can withstand the test of time and provide a stable foundation, while brick walls act as supports for climbing plants like ivy and roses. Wooden elements such as benches, gates, and pergolas create inviting spots for relaxation while adding texture and warmth to the landscape. These materials work together to create a balanced environment where form and function coexist seamlessly. As the seasons change, these natural elements take on new life, responding to the ever-changing conditions of the garden. Stone walls are weathered by rain, brick paths grow moss, and wooden structures age gracefully under the sun. This natural aging process only enhances the charm of a Federal Colonial garden, giving it a sense of history and continuity. The interplay of raw materials and nature creates a dynamic, evolving garden that is beautiful in every stage of its life. Water features are a quintessential element in Federal Colonial gardens, bringing both aesthetic appeal and a sense of tranquility. Fountains, ponds, and small streams are often integrated into the design, creating a calming ambience through the gentle sound of flowing water. These features serve as focal points, drawing attention and providing a refreshing contrast to the lush greenery and colorful blooms surrounding them. The sight and sound of water add another layer of sensory experience, inviting visitors to linger and reflect. In a Federal Colonial garden, the design of water features is typically formal, aligning with the symmetrical layout of the garden. A central fountain, for example, may be surrounded by meticulously planned flower beds or hedges, further emphasizing the harmony and balance of the garden. The water's surface reflects the surrounding plants and architecture, creating a mirror effect that enhances the beauty of both the natural and built elements. The careful placement of these features ensures they complement the overall design without overwhelming it. As the seasons progress, water features in Federal Colonial Gardens evolve, adding new dimensions to the landscape. In spring, the water is often clearer, reflecting the vibrancy of the blooming flowers around it. In summer, the sound of the water may be more pronounced, offering a cool respite from the heat. These features become living elements of the garden, changing with the season but always contributing to the peaceful atmosphere. In Federal Colonial Gardens, seating areas are carefully integrated into the design to provide tranquil spaces for relaxation and contemplation. Benches, swings, and stone seats are often strategically placed to offer views of the most beautiful parts of the garden. These seating spots become quiet retreats, inviting visitors to pause, enjoy the surrounding beauty, and take in the serenity of the space. The seating arrangements are thoughtfully designed to blend seamlessly with the garden's formal layout while offering moments of solitude. The style of seating in these gardens is typically elegant yet understated, often made from materials like wrought iron, wood, or stone. The furniture complements the architectural design of the home and the surrounding landscape, providing a sense of continuity throughout the space. A wrought iron bench under a shaded tree, or a stone seat beside a blooming flower bed, enhances the visual appeal of the garden while creating inviting spots to pause and enjoy the view. As spring brings new life to the garden, the seating areas become even more inviting. The warm sunlight filters through the trees, casting gentle shadows over the benches and creating cozy spots for quiet moments. These areas offer a peaceful escape where visitors can reconnect with nature, read a book, or simply enjoy the sound of birdsong. The addition of comfortable seating makes a Federal Colonial garden not only beautiful but also functional, providing a space for relaxation and enjoyment. In a Federal Colonial garden, edging plays a crucial role in defining the space and creating clean, elegant boundaries. Whether it's the edge of a flower bed, the perimeter of a path, or the division between different sections of the garden, well-placed edging ensures that each area of the garden is distinct yet still part of a cohesive whole. Stone, brick, and wrought iron are often used for garden borders, providing both structure and style. These edges give the garden a polished, finished look, enhancing the overall design. Garden edging not only serves an aesthetic purpose but also helps maintain the integrity of the garden's layout. By neatly containing flower beds and lawns, edging prevents overgrowth and keeps plants in their designated areas. The precise lines created by well-maintained borders highlight the symmetry and order characteristic of Federal Colonial gardens. Whether in straight lines or gentle curves, the edging enhances the overall flow of the garden, guiding visitors through the space while providing visual interest. As spring blooms in full force, the edging in a Federal Colonial garden becomes even more prominent, framing the vibrant flowers and fresh greenery. The natural materials used for edging age gracefully, adding character and texture to the garden. Stone or brick borders may show signs of wear, blending beautifully with the surrounding plants. This subtle aging process adds depth and history to the garden, making it feel timeless and full of character. One of the most captivating features of Federal Colonial gardens is the changing display of seasonal blooms. Spring is a time when the garden comes alive with a vibrant array of flowers, each bringing its unique color and texture to the landscape. From tulips and daffodils to peonies and lilacs, the garden becomes a tapestry of color, filling the air with fragrance and beauty. These blooms are carefully chosen to complement the garden's overall design, ensuring that the flowers not only brighten the space but also harmonize with the other elements in the landscape. In a Federal Colonial garden, flowers are typically arranged in formal, symmetrical patterns, reflecting the overall design of the space. Beds of flowers are often bordered by neatly trimmed hedges or stone paths, creating a sense of structure and order. The placement of flowers is strategic, with taller blooms positioned towards the back and shorter varieties towards the front, allowing each flower to be fully appreciated. This thoughtful arrangement maximizes the visual impact of the blooms, while maintaining the balance and elegance of the garden. As spring progresses, the blooms evolve, with different flowers reaching their peak at various times. This constant change keeps the garden fresh and dynamic, offering new surprises and delights with each visit. The bright colors of the flowers contrast beautifully with the lush greenery of the garden, creating a vivid display that is both peaceful and energizing. In Federal Colonial gardens, the seasonal blooms are not just decorative, they're an integral part of the garden's charm, enhancing its beauty and appeal throughout the season. Lighting in Federal Colonial gardens plays an essential role in showcasing the beauty of the space, especially during the evening hours. Soft, ambient lighting enhances the architectural features of the garden, highlighting the paths, sculptures, and plantings that may have gone unnoticed in the daylight. Subtle lights placed along pathways, under trees, or near water features create a welcoming atmosphere, inviting visitors to continue exploring even after the sun sets. The use of lighting in the garden adds depth and dimension, casting gentle shadows that emphasize the textures and shapes of the plants and hardscaping elements. In keeping with the formal design of a Federal Colonial garden, the lighting is often understated and strategically placed to complement the symmetry and order of the space. Classic lanterns, wrought iron sconces, or even concealed lights within the garden's borders provide a timeless elegance. These lighting elements are carefully chosen to blend seamlessly with the natural surroundings while providing just enough illumination to create an enchanting atmosphere. The warm glow of the lights contrasts with the cool night air, making the garden feel both magical and serene. As the evening deepens, the lighting begins to take on a more dramatic role, emphasizing key features like statues, water features, and trees. Shadows dance across the garden, creating an ever-changing landscape that feels alive with movement. The lighting reveals new perspectives of the garden that were hidden during the day, showcasing the beauty of the design in a completely different light. The interplay of light and shadow creates a sense of intimacy and wonder, allowing visitors to experience the garden in a whole new way. Outdoor art adds a unique and personal touch to Federal Colonial gardens, transforming them from simple landscapes to living galleries. Statues, sculptures, and decorative pieces are often carefully placed within the garden to create focal points that draw the eye and enhance the overall design. These pieces can range from classical busts and figures to modern sculptures, each bringing its own character to the space. When integrated thoughtfully, outdoor art complements the natural elements, providing a harmonious balance between the organic beauty of the plants and the crafted elegance of the sculptures. In Federal Colonial gardens, outdoor art is often positioned with precision, taking into account the symmetry and formality of the space. Sculptures are placed at key points along pathways, near water features, or amidst flower beds, allowing them to be viewed from multiple angles. The art pieces are often framed by plants or hedges, allowing them to stand out while still blending seamlessly with the surrounding environment. The integration of these elements reflects the garden's overall design ethos, which values both order and artistic expression. As the seasons change, the outdoor art in the garden takes on new dimensions. In spring, the vibrant flowers and lush greenery provide a beautiful backdrop, highlighting the elegance of the sculptures. As autumn approaches, the changing foliage and golden light add warmth and texture to the artworks, creating a different ambience. Outdoor art in a Federal Colonial garden is not static, it evolves with the garden, offering new perspectives and enhancing the beauty of the landscape with every season. Garden paths in Federal Colonial gardens serve as both functional and aesthetic elements, guiding visitors through the space while enhancing the overall design. These pathways are often made from materials like stone, brick, or gravel, chosen for their durability and timeless appeal. The careful placement of paths ensures that visitors can explore the entire garden, leading them from one beautifully designed section to the next. Whether straight and formal or gently curving to reveal new vistas, the paths are an essential part of the experience, inviting discovery and contemplation. In keeping with the formal structure of Federal Colonial gardens, pathways are often symmetrical and meticulously aligned. The design of the paths is intended to create a sense of order, leading visitors through the garden in a controlled yet graceful manner. Pathways may be flanked by manicured hedges or bordered by flower beds, further accentuating the sense of symmetry. The materials chosen for the paths, whether it's cobblestone, brick, or gravel, provide a visual texture that contrasts beautifully with the greenery and flowers around them. As visitors walk along these paths, they are not only guided through the garden but also encouraged to slow down and take in the details of the surrounding plants and architectural features. The paths create a rhythm within the garden, offering spaces for reflection, moments of pause, and opportunities for new perspectives. The quiet beauty of the garden can be fully appreciated as one strolls through, with the paths leading the way, enhancing the overall experience of the space. In a Federal Colonial garden, maintenance is essential to preserving the integrity of the design and ensuring that the space remains both beautiful and functional throughout the seasons. Regular care of the plants, paths, and garden structures keeps the garden in pristine condition, allowing the design's elegance and symmetry to shine. Hedges are trimmed to maintain clean lines, flower beds are weeded to ensure that the blooms remain vibrant, and the pathways are kept clear of debris. A well-maintained garden reflects not only the homeowner's commitment to the space but also the timelessness of the design. Garden maintenance in Federal Colonial gardens requires a delicate balance of tradition and attention to detail. Trimming hedges into geometric shapes, keeping flower beds neat and organized, and ensuring that sculptures, fountains, and other hardscaping elements are properly cared for are all crucial aspects of upkeep. This maintenance extends to the garden's lighting and furniture, with regular checks to ensure that everything is functioning properly and remains aesthetically pleasing. The careful stewardship of the space ensures that the garden remains a harmonious blend of natural beauty and human craftsmanship. As the seasons change, so too does the maintenance routine. In spring, the focus is on preparing the garden for new growth, planting seasonal flowers, and cleaning up any remnants from winter. During the summer months, the garden requires regular watering and deadheading of flowers to keep everything looking fresh. In the fall, attention shifts to preparing the garden for the cooler months, with pruning, cleaning, and ensuring that the garden structures are properly cared for to withstand the winter. The ongoing maintenance of a Federal Colonial garden ensures that it remains a stunning and enduring part of the landscape. As we conclude our journey through the Federal Colonial garden, it's clear that this style is not just about aesthetic beauty but also about creating a lasting, harmonious connection with nature. The timeless elegance of the garden, marked by its symmetry, carefully chosen plants, and artistic elements, transforms any outdoor space into a peaceful retreat. By blending architectural design with natural elements, the Federal Colonial Garden offers a serene environment that evolves with the seasons while maintaining its structure and grace. The key to the Federal Colonial Garden's enduring appeal is its attention to detail and its thoughtful layout. Every plant, path, and sculpture is purposefully placed to enhance the beauty of the space, while ensuring that the garden remains functional and inviting. Whether you're enjoying the vibrant blooms of spring or the crisp tranquility of winter, a well-designed Federal Colonial Garden offers a retreat from the hustle and bustle of daily life, allowing you to enjoy nature's rhythms and the quiet elegance of the space. We hope this exploration of Federal Colonial Gardens has inspired you to consider how these elements could be incorporated into your own outdoor space. From the architecture and plants to the lighting and art, every detail plays a role in creating a garden that is both beautiful and timeless. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more design tips and garden inspiration from Atedeker.